Hey hikers and backpackers, do you have the 10 essentials packed in your pack? Do you know what the 10 essentials are? If you're a hiker or a backpacker, you should always bring the 10 essentials with you on any trip you go on, no matter what time of the year you're going hiking or backpacking, and no matter how long you plan on being out on trail. You may not need to use any of the 10 essentials on your next trip, but if you ever find yourself in an emergency situation or get stuck out on trail in the backcountry longer than you anticipated, you'll be really happy you have them with you. My biggest recommendation for any hiker or backpacker is to always be prepared for worst case scenario when out in the backcountry. Hey guys, my name is Kathleen, former PCT thru hiker, avid Pacific Northwest state hiker, and the hungry hiker here on YouTube. The original list of the 10 essentials was first put together in the 1930s by the Mountaineers, a Seattle-based organization for climbers and outdoor enthusiasts designed to help people be prepared for emergency situations in the outdoors. Since their creation, the list of the 10 essentials has evolved into a list of systems rather than individual items. In this video, I'm going to go through my own personal hiking and backpacking gear and show you examples of what of each of the 10 essentials are. Every hiker and backpacker should pack the 10 essentials with them for any trip they go on in the backcountry, whether it's a day hike or an overnight backpacking trip. Before we get started, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit that bell icon to get notified anytime I add new videos. All right, let's dive into the 10 essentials that every hiker and backpacker should bring with them on any trip they go on in the backcountry. Navigation can include a paper map of the area you plan on traveling in, along with a compass. If you bring a paper map and compass, make sure you know how to use these tools ahead of time. Otherwise, they will just be dead weight in your pack. Navigation can also include digital maps on your smartphone using GPS apps like Gaia GPS, AllTrails, or the Far Out app. Using GPS can help you accurately find your location on a digital map. If you plan on going the digital map route, make sure your smartphone is fully charged and that you have a way to charge your device on trail if your battery dies. Also know how to use the GPS apps before getting out on trail, and make sure you download your digital map onto your smartphone before you leave Wi-Fi and cell service. Electronics can fail. Batteries can die. The nice thing about a paper map and a compass is that they don't need batteries in order for them to work. You just need to know how to use them when out on trail. Consider taking a navigation course to improve your map reading skills and learn to feel more comfortable using a compass. In case you ever get stuck out on trail at night, you'll want to have some sort of light source with you. You could use the flashlight feature on your smartphone, but a headlamp is the preferred choice for most hikers and backpackers. A headlamp will allow you to keep your hands free, whether you're cooking dinner at camp, setting up camp in the dark, or night hiking. If you carry a headlamp that requires batteries, make sure you carry extra batteries just in case. If your headlamp is powered by USB, make sure you have a way to charge your headlamp should you need to recharge it when out on trail. You'll always want to carry some sort of emergency shelter to help protect you from wind and rain in case you get stranded or injured when out on trail. If you're day hiking, some lightweight shelter options include an ultralight emergency tarp, an emergency bivy or space blanket, or even a large plastic trash bag. If you're backpacking, you will more than likely have a shelter system already packed with you in the form of a tent. Just in case you get stuck out on trail longer than you anticipated or get caught in bad weather, you'll want to have extra clothing that can act as insulation, which will help you stay warm in wet, windy, or cold conditions. Some extra clothing options can include a puffy jacket, a rain jacket, a fleece, and a couple extra pairs of socks. Whether I'm day hiking or backpacking, I always pack a puffy jacket, my rain jacket, a fleece, and at least 2 extra pairs of socks with me, no matter where I'm traveling to and what the weather forecast says. It's not only important to make sure you bring enough water with you for your trip, but you'll also want to have a way to treat dirty water when out on trail. For each trip I go on, whether it's a day hike or an overnight backpacking trip, I always pack a bottle to keep clean drinking water in, and this can be an Nalgene bottle, a smart water bottle, or a hydration reservoir, also a collapsible container to collect dirty water in, and a water filter. I always bring a water filter with me anytime I'm in the backcountry, just in case I run out of drinking water and need to filter water during my trip. I also carry water purification tablets in my first aid kit as a backup for my water filter because they're light and just in case anything happens to my water filter. This way I still have a way to treat dirty water and make it safe to drink. Always carry at least 1 extra day's worth of food, just in case you get stuck out on trail longer than you anticipated. An extra day's worth of food could consist of snacks like bars, nuts, trail mix, dried fruit, peanut butter packets, freeze-dried snacks, chicken or tuna pouches, or jerky. Ideally, these are food options you don't have to cook, don't need water to make, and have a relatively long shelf life, something non-perishable. When you're outdoors, especially if you're traveling in an exposed area, you'll want to make sure you protect all of your exposed skin with some sort of sun protection to help prevent sunburn, premature skin aging, skin cancer, and even snow blindness. Some forms of sun protection can include sunscreen that offers a sun protection factor or SPF of at least 15 or higher. I recommend using something with at least SPF 30, sunglasses, a hat with a wide brim, a neck gaiter or buff, and even sun protection clothing. I personally prefer a thin, long sleeve sun shirt that I can sweat in comfortably while protecting my skin from the sun. In case of an emergency, you'll want to have something reliable that you can use for starting and maintaining a fire. This could be a disposable lighter, storm-proof matches, and even some sort of fire starter. Having a knife can be handy for gear repair, food preparation, first aid, making kindling, and other emergency needs. A basic knife could have a single fold-out blade. You can also carry with you a multi-tool that has several different features including a nail file, toothpick, screwdriver, and even a pair of fold-out scissors. In my gear repair kit, I carry things that I can use to repair various pieces of gear when out on trail. On my trekking poles, I also wrap duct tape around them. This makes it so the duct tape is always easily accessible since I most likely will have my trekking poles in my hands. I can also visually see how much duct tape I have left after using it, making it easy to know when I need to add more duct tape to my trekking poles on my next trip back into town. I also carry zip ties, and I actually used one of these to repair a pair of gaiters I was wearing on my most recent backpacking trip. Hand warmers, tenacious tape, which I also used to help repair my tent after a mice break-in during one of my trips last summer. Small single-use tubes of crazy glue, which are great for repairing and piecing back together shoes when out on trail, and a patch kit for my inflatable sleeping pad. Your gear repair kit items should reflect items needed to possibly repair the gear you plan on bringing with you when out on trail. Not only is it important to have a backcountry first aid kit, but it's also equally important to know how to use all the items in your first aid kit. You can either opt for a pre-assembled first aid kit, which takes the guesswork out of building your own, or put together your own backcountry first aid kit based on your own specific needs. Inside my backcountry first aid kit, I include things such as a blister repair kit that has Leukotape, safety pins, moleskin, alcohol wipes, and antibiotic ointment. I also have bandages in various sizes, gauze pads, over-the-counter medications like aspirin, urinary pain relief, Imodium, antihistamine, ibuprofen, and Tylenol, latex gloves, an ace bandage, an ankle brace in case I roll my ankle, body glide, and pen and paper. The length of your trip and the number of people in your group will impact the contents you'll need for your first aid kit. Those are the 10 essentials I always carry with me for any trip I'm going on in the backcountry, whether it's a day hike or an overnight backpacking trip. Having these 10 essentials helps me be better prepared for worst case scenario, should I have to spend more time out on trail than I originally anticipated. Hikers and backpackers, remember, you should always be prepared for worst case scenario when going out in the backcountry. Get in the habit of always bringing the 10 essentials with you on every trip you go on, no matter what time of year you're going hiking or backpacking, and no matter how long you plan on spending out on trail. You may not need to use any of the 10 essentials on your next trip, but if you ever find yourself in an emergency situation or get stuck out on trail longer than you planned for, you will be really happy you have your 10 essentials with you. Ladies, have you been thinking about wanting to go on a solo day hike or an overnight backpacking trip this year? Do you want to feel more comfortable, confident, and self-reliant for your solo adventures in the backcountry? If so, I have something special for you. I've created the Confident Solo Female Backpacker System. Whether you're a beginner or a well-seasoned female backpacker, this comprehensive, self-paced online backpacking program specifically for women will walk you through step-by-step everything you need to know in order to plan, prepare, and build up your confidence to comfortably go on either your first or your next solo backpacking trip. Ladies, if you're interested in learning more about the program I've put together and how I can help you achieve your hiking and backpacking goals this year, click the link in the video description below to sign up for a free 45-minute one-on-one Zoom call to chat with me and see if you'd be a perfect fit for this program. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Happy trails and keep on trucking.